example, the problem of sorting a list of integers can be solved in many ways. The most obvious one would be to compare each element to its neighbor and shift positions if they are out of the desired order. This routine, called bubble sort, is terribly inefficient for all but the smallest of lists. So, ang bubble sort ay efficient lamang sa mga maliliit na list. Kapag gagamitin mo ito sa iba ay mahihirapan. A more appropriate algorithm for practical use is merge sort, which uses recursion and divide and conquer method to efficiently sort long lists. Para sa practical use naman, ay merge sort ang ginagamit na recursion at divide and conquer method para maayos ang mga longer lists or mahabang lists. Implementations of algorithms are the most common applications of computers. Computers excel at executing algorithms. Almost any simple task can be defined by an algorithm. When put together, a collection of algorithms creates a program. So kapag pinagsama ito ay makagawa ng isang program. There are limitations to algorithms though. Many algorithms are very rigid and only correctly on a narrow range of inputs. A good example of this is the Dijkstra's algorithm. According to Weiss, this algorithm performs correctly only if there are no negative cost edges. Number 3. Cryptography. Cryptography is an ancient science concerned with secret writing, that is hiding a message in what appears to be an unintelligible sequence of symbols, but which can, through some transposition or substitution algorithm, can be converted back into a meaningful message. Cryptography is still a very important discipline, perhaps more than it ever was, as a result of people and businesses storing sensitive information on remotely accessible computers. So, ito yung pag-encrypt ng data sa mga computers or smartphones, mga ganun. In the modern context of computers, cryptography is the science of encrypting data. Data encryption is necessary to keep information such as bank account numbers hidden from those with malicious intent. So para maprotektahan ang mga data sa may mga masamang balak. The importance of cryptography has increased greatly since the ubiquity of the internet. In fact, one of the most common applications of cryptography is to protect data transmitted across networks. Older or naive protocols such as Telnet send an encrypted plaintext across networks, allowing user credentials to be easily intercepted. SSH or Secure Shell is a secure substitute for Telnet. It encrypts data before transmitting it. Encrypting data at rest on a disk is just as important as encrypting transmitted data. If a malicious user obtains access to a disk, either physically or electronically, file system and database encryption are the last line of defense. So kapag isang user na may masamang balak daw ay naka-access ng data either physically or electronically, ang last na line of defense, ang last na pagbabalikta ay ang database encryption. A simple method for encrypting data is to use the XOR bitwise operator on a key string and the message to be encrypted. The result is an encrypted message. The beauty of the XOR operator is that if the key string is then XOR'd against encrypted data, it will return to the original message. This example could be considered a substitution encryption because it is only masking the bits of the message by XORing them with the key. Nothing is moved around. So, ang beauty daw ng XOR operator ay kapag yung key string daw ay in XOR sa may encrypted data, pabalik yung message na na-encrypt. At yung example nito ay kino-consider na substitution encryption. Dahil minamask niya lang yung bits of the message, yung mga unting message, at in-XOR nila sa may key. Stephen Farrell's article, A applications directly using cryptography, published in IEEE Internet Computing, notes that in assigning one's own encryption algorithm or by creating an implementation of a standard encryption algorithm, many mistakes can be made. Chief among these is accidentally including bugs. Some of these bugs could even make it possible to subvert the security of the application. So kapag gagawa ka daw ng sarili mong encryption algorithm ay madaming pwedeng maging mistake na magagawa. Tulad na dito ang mga bugs. Ang mga bug nito ay pwedeng masubvert or babagsakin yung security ng isang application. Farrell also warns that using another person's homegrown implementation leaves an application open to the same risks. It's even possible the designer of the homegrown implementation intended for the bugs to be there for malicious purposes. So kapag gamit ka daw ng encryption algorithm ng ibang tao naman, ay pwede rin mo rin mabear yung same risks. To avoid these pitfalls, Farrell advises using only stable implementation of standard encryption algorithms. The article goes on a list of many encryption options available to a developer. The wisdom in these words cannot be understated. Henbane encryption algorithms often fall prey to a variety of exploits that their better designed standard counterparts are built to avoid. In fact, modern cryptography is so powerful that few systems are ever compromised by cryptanalysis. Instead, other more easily exploited flaws are the downfall of a system's security. Cryptography is an important field in computer science. It has applications everywhere because of the prevalence of private data stored on multi-user systems. Much research is done in trying to build better encryption keys and algorithms. Cryptography will continue to be a part of a system security for as long as computers exist. So, ang cryptography daw ay tuloy na maging part ng system security as long as exist ang mga computers. Number 4. Distributed computing. Distributed computing is a means of breaking up a complex problem, distributing the pieces to various computers across a network, and having them work on the problem concurrently until the problem is solved. The difference between distributed and parallel computing is that the parallel computing is done on a single architecture with multiple processor cores, and distributed computing is done over a network. So sa distributed computing, breakdown niya mga complex na problema at nilalagay niya mga pieces nito sa network, usually the internet. Dito siya nilalagay tapos isa-isang ginagawa ng solusyon yung problema hanggang sa ma-solve ito. So ang pinagkaiba daw ng distributed at parallel computing ay yung parallel computing ay ginagawa sa may single architecture na madaming processor cores. Tapos yung distributed computing naman ay is done over a network. Ginagawa sa may network. According to Bill Godfrey, distributed computing is performed with a client-server model where the server sends out work packages and constructs the answer from the responses returned by the clients. The network nature of a distributed computing means that it is not suitable for all problems. So according to Bill Godfrey, distributed computing ay pinaperform sa may client-server model na yung server ay nag-send ng mga work packages at nag-construct ng answer at kumukuha ng mga response sa mga clients. For example, an algorithm that requires all steps to be completed in sequence cannot be distributed. Merely duplicated searches, encryption, breaking, and other algorithms where each step does not rely on the previous one are ideal for distributed computing because they can take much longer on a single computer. Another important feature of distributed computing is that client machines only process data when a computer is idle. This minimizes the impact on the user and makes distributed computing more appealing to clients who may not directly benefit from their donated computing power. Distributed computing is most commonly applied to scientific and mathematical research projects with limited hardware resources. Folding at home is a well-known distributed computing project that explores protein structures and helps researchers understand cancer cells. Distributed computing is an excellent alternative to a supercomputer when it's not possible for researchers to use one. So yung distributed computing ay common na ina-apply sa mga scientific at mathematical research projects kaya ng folding at home. Gamit niya ito para ma-explore ang mga protein structures at tinutulungan ng mga researchers na i-understand ang mga cancer cells. At alternative siya kung hindi posible na makagamit ang mga researchers ng supercomputer. Number 5. Cloud computing. Cloud computing is a popular and often misused buzzword in the IT industry. It is often used in conjunction with any internet service or application regardless of whether or not that software actually implements a cloud infrastructure. Cloud computing is more precisely defined than its colloquial usage would lead one to believe. According to Dikaios and others, cloud computing is a recent trend in IT that moves computing and data away from desktop and portable PCs into large data centers. The most important part of this statement is that both data and computing power are being moved from end-user devices. Having software stored and run remotely allows for user devices to be ultra-portable. Thus, cloud computing is a very popular model for phones and tablets. So, according kay Dikaios at sa iba, recent trend daw ito sa IT na minimove ang computing at mga data palayo sa desktop at portable PCs at nilalagay ito sa mga large data centers. At popular daw ang cloud computing sa mga phones at tablets dahil pwede nitong i-store ang software at i-run remotely kaya siya ay ultra-portable. There are three main ways in which a cloud is implemented: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. The infrastructure level provides storage and computing power across the network. Further up is the platform level, which allows higher abstractions, usually for the purpose of software development, to be shared across a network. The highest level software provides an entire application to users over a network. So, meron tayong tatlong main ways in which a cloud is implemented. Ito ang infrastructure level na pinaprovide niya ang storage at computing power across the internet. At sa kaitasan naman nun ang platform level. Sa platform level naman ay nag-allow ng higher abstractions, usually sa purpose ng software development at sinashare ito across network. At ang pinakataas naman na level ay software level. Nag-provide ng isang buong application sa mga user across the network. Though cloud computing is promoted as a new idea, it is quite similar to an old one. In the client-server model, a central server provides computing power and applications to multiple users connected to the user via terminals. Cloud computing is an update of this concept. Instead of being limited to a terminal on the same network as a server, any device with an internet connection can take advantage of the software and hardware of a remote server. Although ang cloud computing ay pinapromote as a new idea, mayroon daw siyang kabarehas dati. Ito ang the client-server model. Sa client-server model, meron siyang central server na nag-provide ng computing power at applications sa maraming users at nakakonekto sa mga server via terminals. Ang cloud computing daw ay updated one itong concept na to. Pero ang cloud computing, instead na limited sa terminal lang, ay pwedeng lahat ay maka-access basta may internet connection.